What's going on, guys? This is Miasin. So this is basically a metagame breakdown of the remote duel YCS that happened last weekend. I didn't play in it personally because I hate remote duel events. They're just not the most enjoyable for me to play. So I managed to get my hands on 29 deck lists out of 32. I'm only missing one deck list for the top 32 and then 2 deck lists for top 16. So we really are trying to play with as much data as possible. But of course, it is ridiculously hard. And of course, I have every single deck list, so I'm going to go into details in just a couple of minutes. So before this video starts, make sure you like and subscribe. Also check me out on Twitch and Instagram. And now let's jump right into it. Alright, so remember that, you know, it's out of 29 and not out of 32. So this isn't accurate at 100% because maybe there were 3 other deck lists that might have changed everything. But the #1 played deck was actually Brave Prank Kids with 6 out of 29. So that's a huge amount. And every single one of them played with the Brave token. Not a single one did not play Brave. 2 of them played with DPE, and only 1 was running Magician Souls, and not even DPE, so that's actually pretty interesting. I don't even think you really need DPE if you want to play Prank Kids correctly. The deck is already pretty good, and it's the kind of card that you kind of want to draw as a spell card, not really make Verte Anaconda for, because it's kind of neggy if you have to turn like 2 Prank Kids into this. So I am a pretty big fan of the Magician Souls build, and you just draw more cards because Journey of Destiny and the Equip spell are pretty much free to send to draw 2 cards. So yeah, I'm a huge fan. I think this deck is pretty disgusting, and there is a reason why it was this popular. So 3 of them were in the top 32, 1 of them lost in the top 16, and then 2 of them lost in the top 8, and 1 of them, Aaron, managed to go all the way to 2nd place. So congrats, and he was not playing with the, I think it was, yeah, he was not playing either DPE or was he playing Magician Souls. So he was completely playing just with the Brave card, so pretty interesting. And then another very popular deck was Dragon Link, but all 3 of them lost in the top 32. So that's kind of a bit of a bummer. And then Eldritch, now this is actually extremely shocking, but out of the 3 Eldritch deck lists that I got, 2 of them were like a more combo build with almost no trap cards outside of the bare minimum, and they were playing Cyber's Gadget so they could artifact scythe your opponent. Of course, the deck list will be shown at the very end, but yeah, again, one of them was very, very trap heavy, this time main decking Lava Golem and Lord of the Heavenly Prison, which is a little crazy. And one of them, well, the trap build, well, the trap heavy build, they're all trap decks. One of them lost in the top 32, the other one was in the top 16, and the other one in top 8, so not a single one of them lost at the same round. And then we got Based, of course, the deck winning the entire event, shoutouts to Polly. Managed to get all the way to 1st place with 60 card, and then the second best top performing base deck was with 45 cards in top 16, and the other one was with only 41 cards. So I guess the more cards you play, the better you perform. I have no idea, maybe because you draw the bricks less often. But yeah, 60 cards getting 1st place is pretty crazy. Yeah, a lot of people think that ever since That Grass Looks Greener got banned, there was just no more reason to play 60 cards. Definitely not. There are so many good reasons to play 60 cards, so I really do believe that this made probably the most amount of sense. And if I had to play a deck, it would probably be this, to be honest. So I think this is like the way to go. Drytron was another extremely popular deck, but not a single one of them was like, you know, as, you know, the same thing as before. So 2 of them played Phoenix Enforcer, and 1 of them played Megalith, and the Megalith one managed to get top 8. That's crazy. And the other ones were only playing Phoenix Enforcer, managed to get top 16, which is still very good. And then Brave Phantom Knight, I was expecting the deck to be like so much better, maybe at least like full representation, but it only got 2, one of them in top 32 and the other one in top 16. Again, friendly reminder that I am missing out on 2 deck lists in the top 16 and 1 in the top 8, so the data might be a little different. If anything, maybe these are 3 Phantom Knight Brave deck lists, so maybe this has like 5 representation instead of only 2. Anyways, Flunderies, I actually completely messed up. One of them is in the top 32, I just forgot to write it here, and the other one was in top 4. Shoutouts to Hanko if you're watching this. Very nicely done. And then Virtual World, 1 in the top 32, the other one in top 16. The deck is a little inconsistent, so getting very far is a little hard. Earth Machine, this deck is the kind of deck that can really catch people off guard in Swiss, but maybe in top 32, top 16, etc. You just need kind of things to go your way if you want to win, but I still think the deck is extremely overpowered. But against combo decks like Based, it becomes a little too difficult. And then, of course, Mechanite, shoutouts to Shannon, absolute king. literally the column sensei. It's crazy. DDD, this was Pack, actually very nicely played in the top 8. Pretty cool. And then Sword Soul, shoutouts to Hani in top 32. It's crazy, man. He really doesn't want to give up on the deck. Proto's being banned. Who cares, man? It changes nothing. Sword Soul's still a pretty freaking sick deck. And I'm a huge fan of Sword Soul myself, so I'm really happy for you, Hani. And then finally, Sky Striker in the top 4. This was a pretty huge build, man. It was actually crazy. So we are going to get into the deck list right now. Alright, so the top 32, this is the first one, Dragon Link 60 card deck. Oh my god, so many engines. I mean, the Red Rose, Rocks Rose, and Basil Rock Shoot, whatever, but only one copy of Red Rose, so clearly this is not like your based deck. This really is a Dragon Link deck. This is the reason why it belongs to the Dragon Link category. Just so many dragon cards like the Black Metal Dragon, Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, Burlode Savage, etc. cards that you can't really afford to play necessarily in the other deck. So yeah, pretty cool deck. And then we also have the Cyber's Gadget deck. So this is what it looks like. It's a very fat deck, 60 cards. Ridiculous, man. So many hand traps instead of trap cards. And yeah, I mean, Cursed Outland with Magician Souls is ridiculously disgusting. You get to search Conquistador, and then you get to Foolish for Aquero, whatever, and then you get your Scarlet, and that's a pop on your opponent's turn, and you're able to draw multiple cards with Magician Souls. So this is basically the more combo-oriented build of Eldritch, but I mean, Eldritch is more of an engine, if anything, so the deck is basically Link 2 Turbo, Verte, Dagda, etc. So a lot of bullshit, a lot of things that should change for sure. I mean, Verte or Fusion Destiny or Phoenix or whatever, cards that just have no business existing. And then, of course, Artifact Scythe getting way too easy access to Dagda. Dagda getting too easy access to Scythe is also absolute BS. So as long as these cards exist, these decks are going to exist. And I actually don't think it's healthy for the game at all. Anyways, Brave Phantom Knight, only 40 cards. Very interesting. I mean, I really thought the deck would be playing so many more, but so much more in the TCG, because in the OCG, yeah, sure, they play it as 40 with like a lot of hand traps, but this deck plays 0 hand traps, so it's a combo build, but still doesn't, I don't know, well, I guess Lancey has a hand trap, but still, I don't know, I'm really shocked. And of course, only 1 Journey of Destiny. I think Based is like the only deck that plays like 2 Journey of Destiny. Apart from that, nothing that really catches my eye, so we're going to move on. Yeah, this is the deck that I said was the only trap heavy build of Eldritch. So 2 King of the Sky Prison and 2 Lava Golem in the main deck. I actually think this is a little suicidal. This card is not the best. I mean, the thing that I like the least in this deck is no Cursed Outland. Apart from that, it's like, okay, but I mean, the choice of traps is very good. That I like. Like Torrential Strike, Ice Dragon's Prison, Ghost and Rivalry Tikaboo. All of this is fantastic, but I don't know. And also 2 Eldritch. So for the most part, he did a good job. It's just don't really understand the contradiction of meaning Lord of the Heavenly Prison so that you're going second is better, but at the same time not meaning... well, going first rather is better. I don't even know. I'm so confused. This doesn't even protect your floodgates, like while they're face up. It's only set cards. So I don't know, maybe he missed that, or maybe there's something that he's like 10 billion IQ ahead of everyone, but I have no idea. Side decking the Red Ice package. It's a little crazy because you can't, well, I mean, no, I guess you can actually Verte into it. He is playing the 1 Verte. He's not playing Red Eye's Insight, though, so you're really either going to have to draw Red Eye's Fusion, which is a bad ratio of bricks, like 3 good cards to 2 bad cards, or just make Verte into it, which is not the best because, I mean, it's a trap deck, it's kind of slow. If you get to have 2 monsters on the field, you probably already win anyways, so, I don't know. Alright, Dragon Link, again, very similar, 1 Red Rose, Rocks Rose, blah blah blah, Fairy Tale Snow, same shit. Prank Kids, this one doesn't have any, either Magician Souls or Phoenix Enforcer, so we're going to skip it. This is the Sword Soul deck in the top 32, Hani again. And then Mech Knight, so Shannon, very nice deck list, actually I really like that. Prank Kids, this time also with no spicy engine. I mean, Brave Prank Kids isn't considered spicy. Everybody was already expecting that deck to be one of the best decks of the format. The closest thing there is to something spicy in the deck would be Phantasme main deck, because I don't think this is a tech that we've seen very often, but whatever. Alright, Fusion Destiny Hero, well, yeah, rather Phoenix Enforcer Prank Kids, finally, with Brave, of course, but even though, again, it's not like the spiciest thing ever, you're really just splashing 4 cards in your deck. I think this is another Dragon Link, but this time 40 cards, ridiculous amount of hand traps. I mean, 3 Ash, 3 Ogre, 3 Nibiru, 3 Veiler, and 3 Gaba. 15 hand traps? What the frick? 15 hand traps in a 40 card deck is absolute ridiculous insanity. This is insane. Main decking 15, side decking another 9. What this guy does not want to lose going second, but the issue is that you start kind of breaking going second, don't you? I don't know. I mean, I really like the minimalistic approach that he has. In a way, I really like this, honestly. It's very interesting. Yeah, and Zombie Link 4, by the Xyz Rank 8, really awesome card, by the way. You can mill 4 and then Monster Reborn a card, so I actually made a Chaos Lightsworn video on this. Make sure you check it out. Anyways, moving forward, still in the top 32, this is Virtual World Brave. I actually forgot to mention before that there are 2 builds of Virtual World. Well, technically 3. There's the Pure, and then there's the Virtual World Brave, and there's the Virtual World Sword Soul, but I don't think it's that popular anymore. And this build is playing both Fairy Tale Snow and Artifact Scythe, so you can send the Scythe and then revive it back with a Baroness, or the Perrin, whatever, Skylark, I forgot, the rank 6 monster, but he's not actually playing that, he's playing Baroness only, and the Fairy Tale Snow is a card that you send on your opponent's turn with the Beatrice. So, yeah, pretty cool. Beatrice is ridiculous in that deck. Still in the top 32, another base deck, but this time only the 41 cards. As we said, this was the deck that lost in the top 32, whereas the decks that were playing more cards actually managed to go further in the tournament. And this is the build with only one Journey of Destiny. Alright, Flunderies, this was one of the 2 Flunderies, so this one was in top 32 and the other one was in top 4. Crazy. Cyber Dragon, Nova, Merkaba, Entis, Omega. All these cards are cards that you just send when your opponent uses invoked, Dogmatic and Maximus's effect. So you just go like +2 and your opponent cries. Earth Machine, yeah, pretty freaking sick deck. Main deck 3 Scale Drain. Absolutely disgusting. 2 Gozen, 2 Rivalry, 2 Overdrive. This is clearly like a meta call. So this player must have been like very experienced with the deck. And I'm a big fan of this, honestly. It looks really freaking cool. Alright, finally in the top 16 now. This is the 45 card base deck with 2 Griffin Rider and 2 Journey of Destiny. So slightly different than what we are used to see. With, of course, one of each of the Sword Soul monsters. Everything else is, relatively to be expected. 3 of the Vessel. Interesting. And then Drytron with Phoenix Enforcer package. Pre-prep with Herald of Perfection, of course, not Herald of Ultimateness. You don't have like 10 billion discards anymore, so the deck has like way less negates, but it's still good. It still has like probably 2 negates sometimes. Probably Ben 10 getting 2 searches. So Natasha and Edith or Herald of Orange Light. And he's not playing the Dasher, he's playing Plasma instead. I don't know, maybe Tributes, summoning it could actually come up sometimes. And no hand traps, but Forbidden Droplet instead. That is a recurring theme where people either play this card with no other hand traps or play this card with hand traps so they can draw it for turn or whatever. Hold on, did I see this right? 2 freaking Cyber Emergency and only 2 Nova. Pretty crazy, because this guy is on 3 Emergency, 3 Nova, so he's not trying to break at all. A ridiculous amount of Drytron monsters, 3 Phantasma in the main deck. You really don't see this too often. Again, also playing Plasma instead of Dasher. This definitely makes sense because Dasher doesn't really special summon anything. Your Drytron monsters have to be summoned by like their own card effect. 3 Fafnir, oh my god, with 1 ritual spell, that's crazy. That is ridiculously crazy. And 3 of every single Drytron, including Delta, which I actually like a lot. I don't understand why people would only play 1 Delta. Your deck would just start breaking like crazy. Anyways, so that's it for the Drytron decks, I think. This was the top 8 one, if I recall correctly. This is, what is this? I think it's Brave. No, yeah, okay, no, nothing special. Yeah, it's also Brave Phantom Knight. I was just thinking if there's like another engine in it, because it's playing 42 cards with 2 Ash and 1 Ogre, but nothing too special here. And Virtual World with Destrudo and Deskbot 1 with Magician Souls. That's actually extremely spicy, and the Brave token as well. So I guess this must be the most successful version of Virtual World. Always playing with the Brave cards. I don't know why only 2 Aquamancer and not 3. Maybe there's a good explanation behind it. I have no idea. But yeah, Magician Souls with like these cards is actually so crazy. Oh my god. And Prank Kids again, this was the build that, like I said, was playing with Magician Souls. You can send the field spell, the continuous spell, and even that card, but I don't really recommend it because in the end phase it draws a card anyways. And only 2 Roxys. The majority of people are playing 3, actually. They really don't want to break. And sometimes people are only playing 1 field spell, where sometimes people play 3 to 4 field spells. So it really depends on how you want to lose to Duel. Anyways, top 8. I actually think I messed up because I think the other deck, the Megalith Drytron, was in top 8, but whatever. Anyways, this is a Cyberus Gadget Eldritch. A lot of cards, basically. Yes, cards.deck. Alright, DDD, again, shoutouts to pack. This is Drytron Megalith. Maybe there was another Drytron that I missed then, or maybe I just messed up completely. 1 Red Ice Fusion with Verta, interesting. So yeah, he could have played Phoenix Enforcer, but he's not. And then we have, again, Prankid's Brave with Phoenix Enforcer. Okay, so basically people are never playing like Phoenix Enforcer and Magician Souls, only committing to one of the two. 1 for 1, very interesting. I mean, if your normal summon gets stopped, then at least you have that. But people could be playing Polymerization and stuff, so they completely gave up on Polymerization, and now they're just playing these kind of extenders instead. And this is finally into the top 4, so Flunderies. This is Hanko's deck list that I got on MST.tv's channel. This is another deck list that I got on someone's channel. I actually just kind of forgot. I did not do this this thingy today, so I have no idea. Sorry. But yeah, shoutouts to whoever topped with this Sky Striker deck list, and shoutouts to the YouTube channel that I got this deck list from. And finally, we have the second place deck list, which is also Prankid's Brave. I'm actually kind of getting tired of seeing this. It doesn't even look like attractive. It's just ugly. I hate Prankids. It's like the epitome of what Yu-Gi-Oh should not be. And then first place is based with Punk, actually, and Mare. Wow, a lot of spicy cards. And yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say and showcase for this TCG metagame breakdown video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon. Peace.